Hi guys, it's your boy Priz and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today on YouTube I wanted to do my quick 10-minute no makeup look for men using products that I love and that have been recommended to me and that I've tried from the drugstore and from Sephora. Now, I don't normally wear a huge amount of makeup, but I do find that on the days that I need an extra boost of confidence, or my skin maybe is a little bit red or inflamed, or maybe I've broken out into a spot overnight, having a little bit of makeup can give me that extra bit of boost to get through my day and to make sure that I'm looking my best and to make me feel a little bit better about myself. So without too much further ado, let's get into the video. So first off, I've prepped my skin as usual with my normal skincare. It's just a mixture of cheap drugstore products as well as a couple of K-beauty products that I love that keep my skin looking smooth, hydrated and give me a slight glass effect. I've just got my normal toner, moisturizer and some eye cream on. But before you apply makeup, normally you've got to apply a primer. So I have this NARS Pore and Shine Control Primer, which I was recommended by a few different people online. And again, because I have slightly greasy skin, it does help control the shine. I'm not going to use a huge amount, maybe just a pea-sized amount, mainly concentrating on the cheeks and the T-zone. The primer not only helps control the oil, but also creates a really nice base for the makeup to stick to. I think it helps make the makeup last a little bit longer, as well as gives it a bit more of a dewy finish on the dry down. Again, you don't need a huge amount of this primer. Less sometimes is more, especially with expensive products. I hope that it helps make the product last slightly longer as well. Okay, now that my face has been primed, let's go to step one of my proper men's makeup routine. Instead of using a heavy foundation, especially for a natural makeup look, I'm going to use this Rare Beauty tinted moisturizer called Positive Light. So to start, I'm just going to take a little bit of this, not too much. Again, just enough to cover the fingertips and apply to my nose, my cheeks and my forehead. I'm not going to worry too much about coverage at this point because it is buildable, but I don't also want to look like I'm wearing too much makeup, so again, less is more. I'm going to take a beauty blender and I'm going to start blending this out. Again, as a guy, you don't want to go too much into the beard area because it can clump and give you that makeup look, which is not what we're supposed to go for. But you do want to cover your eye area in between the brows and also take it up to the hairline just to make sure you've got a full face of coverage and that it looks even. Okay, that is our base done. Now, I'm going to put on a touch of concealer to work at the dark circles under my eyes and also to cover up any redness that I can see. I've got some spots here, I've got a couple of little spots here, and the concealer will just help to conceal those rough areas. Now for the concealer today, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is the shade of Biscuit, which was given to me by the lady at the makeup counter. Always try and get swatched and ask a professional for help for your colors. Do not be afraid. I was afraid going into the makeup counter and they literally didn't bat an eyelid and said, loads of guys come in, whatever your sexuality, whatever your gender identity, they love helping people, especially when they're new with makeup and on their journey. They couldn't be more helpful and they also couldn't scrutinize me less. I felt really seen and comfortable going into the store and also got given really good products. For darker skin or skin of different kind of ethnicity colors, NARS is a really, really good product and I would really recommend them for their shades and also for their coverage. So I'm just going to go on a touch underneath the eye. Again, less is more for the natural makeup look. I'm also going to put a touch in between the eyebrows here and then also look at some of these spots that I've got. There's little red bits. Yeah, I'm also going to do the edge on my nose here just because it can get a bit red. But it's totally up to you. Again, as you go on your makeup journey and you figure it out as you go along, you figure out that there are many different ways to get the same effect. Now I'm going to take a different beauty blender. This one is just for my concealer, and I'm going to start blending this out. Again, as I know I keep reiterating on here, less is really more when it comes to a men's natural makeup look. And it's always that balance between concealing what you don't want people to see, highlighting the good stuff of your face, especially if you have good skin or a nice kind of colour to your skin, and enhancing what you already have, and also giving you a nice little finish. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Lovely jubbly. Okay, next in my makeup routine, I feel slightly washed out of colour now that I've put a whole base layer on. So this is not for everybody, but I like a touch of colour. And I've got this blush from Milk Makeup, which is a really elite brand. This is a really nude blush colour in the name of Enigma, and it says for lip and cheek, but I just put it on my cheeks, and just a touch, a little goes a long way. It comes in these cute little containers, and you just push it up like this, and then I'm going to put some on my cheekbone just above. A couple of swipes is all you need for a touch of colour, and yeah, that is more than enough, and a touch at the end of my nose just for that kind of healthy sun-kissed look. And then I'm going to blend it out with a little Morphe brush, and this will give it a really natural look. I like to leave my blush for men quite kind of on the cheek here so that it looks really natural rather than something applied. And then when you blend it out, it will be a more of a subdued look. And also look at the end of the nose there. Now, as a guy, you can't forget the eyebrows, and they're sometimes overlooked. But for men, this is a really important part of men's grooming. They are the furniture of the face, and they really stick out, and we have quite bushy and big eyebrows. So I like to push them into place using a brow gel. This is a very simple black brow gel by Glossier. It's called Boy Brow, but it isn't even just for boys. It's an all gender boy gel, and you can get it in lots of different shades: black, brown, or transparent. This one here I think is transparent because I don't need any more color in my eyebrows, and I just use this to groom my eyebrows. I do get my eyebrows done as in threaded and sometimes lasered once every 6 to 8 weeks to make sure that they're tidy, but you can also tidy them yourself with just some scissors or some tweezers. I think it's good to see a professional if you haven't got that much experience in grooming your eyebrows, but always ask for a very natural masculine look. You do not, as a guy, want those tiny little eyebrows that look like mouse tails or whatever they call them, because it's just very obvious. But I think I've hit a nice medium here where they look groomed but not overly done, and they just sit a bit nicer on the face. And now to finish up, I'm just going to add a little touch of NARS finishing powder. This is the Sunshore and is fairly translucent but has a touch of colour that is very much to my skin tone. Again, go to a makeup counter and ask to be swatched for your colour. It's the 21st century, it's 2025, no one really bats an eyelid or cares, especially in the big cities anymore, if you're looking for makeup for you. This is a really nice colour, and I've got a big Morphe foundation brush, but I just brush a touch on the brush up here, tap it so it's not overly done, and I just swipe it all over the face. This gives me a really nice finish. It helps blend out any of the lines if I've left any, makes it look a bit natural, and gives me a bit of a photoshopped kind kind of airbrushed finish, which I really like. And it just makes me feel nice when I can brush a little bit over the face. Again, the case is less is more, concentrate on the oil zones and help under the eye. It also helps set some of the makeup underneath without using a big setting powder or something that's super white. You can even bring it down to the neck to blend things out, and as you can see, it's a really nice kind of airbrushed finish. And now this is completely optional, but before I go out, I like to set it in place using a setting spray. You can buy lots of decent setting sprays online. This is the NYX Dewy Finish, satin finish. Again, I got it from Amazon. It was recommended to me by a few people online. Give yourself a decent spritz. You should be able to feel it on the face. Let it dry down for a bit. Yeah, that's us, guys. I feel done, I feel dusted, I feel finished, and I feel excited to get on with my day. Again, as you can see, that was not a long makeup routine. I did not use a huge range of products. I think the only Maverick product that I use that not a lot of guys would have to use is the blush, but I do like that it gives me a little bit of colour to some skin that can get washed out if you do apply a tinted moisturiser or powder, and then I think it just makes me look a bit more healthy. But each of their own. As you go on your makeup journey, it's really good to adapt, to be flexible, to experiment, to try stuff out, and also give yourself license to have fun. That's what it should be about. And also look at the level that's right for you. Some days I'll wear this, some days I'll wear nothing. Some days I'll just wear this to go out to an event or to an evening. But it's all in good fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please let me know if you like this, because I want to make more content. I'm still trying stuff out and figuring out my niche, but I really like making content. I like being useful to you guys, and this is really fun for me. So if you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up in that like button, or leave me a comment, or share this video with a friend and let me know what you liked and what else you would like going forward. Have a great day, guys, and see you guys soon. Okay, bye!